Welcome back to Pittsburgh BSides here, 2025. My name's Justin Leapline. I'm with Distilled Security Podcast. I'm one of the co-hosts here, and I'm here with Peyton Smith. Peyton, glad to have you on here.
Thanks for having me.
If you wouldn't mind, you're one of the speakers here. Go over, what your talk is called, what it's about, everything like that.
Yeah, sure. So Peyton Smith, I'm giving a talk on AI agents, and it's about augmenting vulnerability analysis and remediation.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So it's automating a lot of the work that I used to do at CrowdStrike previously. I was on their red team and also their cyber intrusion team.
Okay.
And we found ourselves doing a lot of manual work in regards to assessing vulnerabilities.
Okay.
And so we're really trying to build AI agents to help automate that. And so the talk is predominantly educational and sort of goes through a lot of the trials and problems that we had in building these agents and sort of some lessons learned over the last 2 years.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. And that's, I think, a really needed niche into that because, as you stated, a lot of that is manual. You're taking a whole bunch of ingestion and various tools, and then you're having human intervention into the output. You're like, okay, now what do I do with all this? So anyway, you can kind of shortcut that with AI, I think would be a great
Yeah, the way I often describe it is if folks have used Perplexity or some of these deep research language models, what it's often doing is the language models are going out, or they're sort of these AI agents in the background that are going out and getting information, right? And for Perplexity, it's just going out and searching the web and then pulling in relevant articles and then analyzing those. Essentially, we're doing the same thing, but with more security data, right?
Okay.
So we integrate with your CMDB, threat intel, vulnerability data, right? It could be, some data source that's analyzing criticalities, right? And when we're sort of providing and building these retrieval augmented generation pipelines so that the language model has access to the data to make a decision that a human would be making.
Right. And then present it to them as like, here's my recommendation, but you can dig into any of the details you want to validate and get trust, into that.
Right, which I think it's a great improvement from language models 6 months ago, where now I think some of the newer models and what we're working on is all the answers will be cited. Right. So you'll be able to kind of drill down on a certain link and say, and I think my favorite thing is what's newer in terms of the UI is that if you hover over an article that has been cited, it'll actually highlight in the language model's response. Like I used that article to get these 2 sentences. Right. So it just kind of helps, especially in the cybersecurity community where a lot of people don't trust language models, and I think rightfully so.
Right.
There's still a lot of problems, but at least it kind of helps you double check a lot of the answers.
Okay, great. So part of the audience, what are you hoping people walk away from your talk with?
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember. I have a takeaway slide. I'm trying to remember what is actually on there.
They physically take away a slide.
So I think AI agents and language models is something that I left CrowdStrike after 5 years to focus on full time. And I'm passionate about it because I really think it'll change the way all of us work. So that's sort of one. And I think if you're not using them today, I think it'll be similar to email or sort of these. There's a few technologies over the last 15 or 20 years that have really changed
the internet. It'll catch on eventually.
Right. It changed the way that we all work. Right.
Yeah.
And so I think that's sort of one takeaway is you need to start using it. Right.
Yeah.
Even if there are some problems with it, I still think overall it'll help you in terms of your day to day. And we'll also have some strategies to work around some of the problems, right? So there's definitely still some, language model hallucination problems, and so we talk about some strategies in terms of, or some strategies to mitigate that.
Okay, great. So outside of your talk and everything, we're here at the conference. Is there anything you're really looking forward to, from this? Talks, people, culture,
well, so I will be attending most of the talks in the afternoon, or at least as many as I can. I obviously like learning about new things just as much as everybody else. I also, this is my first time in Pittsburgh, so it's been a lot of fun.
Nice.
Coming out here, there's a lot of coworkers that I used to work with live here.
Nice.
Just because I think there's the Carnegie Mellon and the Pittsburgh community has a great cybersecurity community. And so catching up with friends and looking forward to the content this afternoon.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Peyton, for joining us and everything. And later on, we'll be uploading some more interview schedules, so stay tuned to that.
Yeah.
Thanks, all.
Thanks.